Hey everybody, welcome to Round the Twist episode 303. It is August 9th, excuse me. Yesterday was the 8th, today's the 9th. I keep thinking all day today's the 8th. August 9th, 2017. Lead off with thank you everyone for being so patient with me. I don't know what it was last week. You know, you hit a point where you're just like, I can't do it. I can't adult anymore. I was done. I couldn't do one thing more last week, and including recording, and I'm very sorry for that, but I don't want to give you less than, I don't want to say my best, my best, that's terrible, but I don't want to give you less than what you expect from me, and last week would have definitely been less than what you've come to expect from me, so I thought it was better for all parties involved, you, me, my family, everyone, to just skip it. Call it good. So I've got my coffee, I've got my knitting, I've got some stuff to show you, so let's hop right in. What I have on the needles, I have one thing, and it is brand new. Sorry, desperately need the coffee. It's already after 3:30 in the afternoon, and it's like, oh, I'm dragging. How did I let it get this late without having more caffeine? I have peach apricot from San Marco today. So the first thing that I have on my needles is a new pair of socks. I decided, hello, it's August. We are less than 4 months till Christmas, and I might like to surprise my friend Sarah with her Christmas present actually, you know, around Christmas time rather than, you know, anytime in that 6 months leading up to her birthday. So like her last year's Christmas socks turned into, I ended up giving her something else for Christmas late because I'm a terrible, terrible friend, and gave her the socks I'd been working on for her for Christmas as her birthday when we were back in Iowa a few weeks ago, which like two of her other sisters and her mom and dad were there, and they were all like, yeah, you know, we're kind of jealous of all the socks she gets, so share the love. And I was like, yeah, no, you have to be very special. Not that they're not very special to me. They're a wonderful family, but only very, very special people get socks from me. That's just how it goes. So I decided to start on Sarah's Christmas socks, which over on my Ravelry page I'm calling Sarah's Opal socks, because one of the last times she was here, and of course I'm not in a good spot to show you where I'm at. Phoebe, please be quiet. You can go for like 2 minutes without being petted dog. I promise. I promise. Yeah. Really? You are so put upon. Lay down. Lay down. Just lay down and you'll be fine. That doesn't mean move closer. That means lay down. And she's going to get up and herp-a-derp her way out of here. Are you going to herp-a-derp? No, she's going to go over and rub against the couch. Okay. So anyway, one of the, I don't know if it was the last time Sarah was out to visit or shortly or the time before, I can't remember. One of the times I sat her down in front of the yarn cabinet, and I do this periodically when she comes to visit, and I'm like, okay. Or if I know she's not coming to visit and I need to start a new pair of socks for her, I will be like, okay, what colors are lacking in your sock drawer? Speak now, or I am picking something wild and crazy. So she picked two things that she said would be acceptable for her next few pairs of socks. One of them is still sitting here over here on my printer. Stay. And it is some socks that rock lightweight. And the colorway is called Hawthorne. And it's got kind of this, both a dark gray and then a lighter gray here that bleeds into kind of a khaki taupe color. As you come up, let me try to move this down. And then the gray kind of blends into this bluey, into a lavender, and they both coalesce into the burgundy that's on the far end. So those will be a future pair of socks for her. I did not have time to wind that up because I was out of a sock project. Spoiler alert for the rest of the episode. I will have an FO to show you. And God, that was not subtle of me at all. The other one she picked out was from some deep stash. I can't tell you how old the Socks That Rock is. but it was from one of my last orders from Blue Moon, but it's still probably 3 or 4 years old at least, if not a little more. God, Phoebe, your breath could gag a maggot. Oh my goodness, dog. She pulled out some of this opal. This is not a special opal. This is just like standard opal. So of course, I go to load the project page on Ravelry and it tells you to pick a yarn. And I typed in opal and it says there are over 100 different options for opal. Which one would you like? I'm like, I don't know. The whole thing's in German. I don't speak German. So I don't know which, I know it's not Rainforest because those had special labels. I know it's not Harry Potter. I know it's not any of like all the special label ones. So I think this is just your standard opal sock yarn. It is a fingering weight. Let's see if we can get to focus. There we go. I don't know if this is a little clue. I don't even remember where I purchased this from. If that Knitwits is the name of the shop or... No clue. No clue where I got this from, but it's pretty. It's got a dark kind of black charcoal gray. It's got a lighter aqua and it's got royal blue and then white running through it. So I had finished my other project that we'll talk about in a minute. And last night got home from work and I wasn't really tired. And hubby wanted to play some Witcher 3. He found a whole bunch of DLC, which is downloadable content for the Witcher 3 game on Xbox One that he hadn't known about, like extra missions and all this stuff. And he had just finished playing the game through for the second time. Wanted to start over again, and there's something called, New Game Plus or New Player Plus. I think it's New Game Plus, where you finish the game and you start a new game, but you don't start from like level 1. You start from the level that you ended the previous game at. So in this case, he ended at level 50. And so he starts still as a level 50, still with all of his skills. The monsters are that much harder. The bosses that you have to beat are that much harder. But the rewards you get are also a lot bigger, plus all these new missions. And he's having a lot of fun with it. So he was down here playing for a few hours. And I needed something to do with my hands. So I had happened to pack this to take back to Iowa, just in case I finished my previous project. And of course I didn't, because you always over yarn when you go on vacation. So I grabbed that. I grabbed the needles, which I believe are my Addy Turbo Sock Rockets that have kind of the wonky joint on them, but I didn't have to dig through anything, and they were sitting right on my desk, so that's what I grabbed. And I cast on last night, so I'd have something new to show you this week. So this is going to be my standard 72 stitch vanilla sock. I've already finished the ribbing. It is a 1x1 rib, 72 stitches around. I didn't even care where I started. I just cast on. I'm knitting it up on a US 1, a 2.25 millimeter needle. And I'm already down into the plain bit of the sock. So obviously I started with the kind of aqua teal blue. I have done the black and white bit, and now I'm into the royal blue and white. So it kind of, you can kind of see there's little blips and blobs of color as you go. So this was just last night, like an hour and a half, and while we waited for our food at Red Robin for lunch today, and wandering around the playground this morning. That's it. That's all I have. That's everything I'm currently working on. Is Sarah's first Christmas sock is cast on. Yay! So that's my one thing. My one thing. I have nothing on the wheel. Still haven't started spinning. Really should pull that out, shouldn't I? Please stop scratching. You weird dog. Oh my goodness. So I do have an FO of the week. Managed to finish something the last couple weeks. I finished the first point of Libra shawl, which is what I've been wearing. I purchased a kit from My Sister Knits, which is in Fort Collins. If you're out in the Front Range area, it's a very nice shop. Whole kit cost was on sale. was being sold for $89. It came with the entire gradient, everything you needed, along, I believe it came with the pattern too, if I remember right. But the yarn was from Marionated Yarns. It was her Scrumptious HT base, which is a fingering weight superwash merino cashmere and nylon blend, 80-10-10. And it came out beautiful. So I knit the whole thing on a 4, let me see. Oh, here I have, I have the page pulled up in front of me. A US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter needle. The colorway of the gradient was called North Sea. So the main color, which is all the dark, is North Sea. It looks black. Black and or navy blue. It's not. It's this deep, deep teal. There we go. That's closer. That's almost like it's been over-dyed in black. It's gorgeous. I love it. And then the 4 colors, 5 colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 colors as you go out are her, let me see. Yeah, 5 colors. She gave you 600 yards of the main color, 100 yards each of the first 4 colors, which are Tide Pool, Sea Glass, Glacial Lake, and Arctic Ice. And then the 5th color is the lightest one, and that is called Polar Frost. Let me see if I've got something somewhere. I have all of these. That was the North Sea. So the gradient name for this particular colorway is called Smooth Sailing. The main color is North Sea. All of these are from the gradient Smooth Sailing if you're looking at marionatedyarns.com. So the thing came out huge, which I love because I'm a tall girl. I can't do these little bitty shawls. They don't really work for me except as a scarf. And if you're looking for a shawl that's a little bit more, I mean, this is all garter stitch. Anyone can do this if you know how to increase and decrease. Knit front and back is your increase, and how to slip a stitch. You can do this shawl. I promise you, you can do this shawl. It's done modularly, so you need to know how to pick up and knit, which I've done a tutorial on, but it's all done in pieces as you go, so it's not overwhelming. You do this wide block part up the middle, and then you pick up along the edge. You go across for the big center triangle, and then you do the thin stripe. So just when you get bored with one section, boom, you're doing something else. It's awesome. I love it. Whole thing, I'm gonna back up a little here. Make sure I'm not gonna roll over a puppy. No, there's a daisy like over that way, rolling on the floor. Whole thing. And I did block this, I won't say aggressively, but I did stretch it quite a bit because I wanted to make sure it was big enough. Whole thing is probably close to 6 feet along the top edge was what I got. And then, so keeping in mind, I'm 5'10" in my bare feet, which is what I'm in right now. And where it hangs, it's got a good zone coverage, I think. So, yay for a shawl that works for me, that I like, that I love the colors on. This will not be going anywhere. This is mine, all mine. And for using stuff in stash. Not, a lot of stash, but I'm picking away at it, okay? And this was a fairly recent stash edition. So, started on... And it also happened fairly quickly. Granted, I was very monogamous because, what was my word of the year? Now I'm drawing a blank. So let me see. I started this June 18th. I finished it August 7th, including all ends woven in. I actually washed and blocked it last night. Yay for the dry Colorado air. Even with all the rain we've been getting lately, this thing, baby, was dry overnight. I did also. So I was worried. The colors, especially the main color, the North Sea, they're very saturated, they're very rich. I have never worked with marionated yarns before, so I didn't know if they were going to bleed. So just to be safe, into my wash water, which I had put soak in, which also tends to pull dye out. I've found that the soak wool wash does that. So I threw a Shout color catcher in. This is the color catcher that I put in with this shawl. It is as white as it went in. See, it looks like a blank piece of paper because that's what it is. It did not pull a single molecule of dye out of this bad boy. The water was clear even before I put the color catcher in, but I didn't want to chance anything. So in it went. Yay. It's beautiful. I was not playing Yarn Chicken at any point, so this kit was an excellent idea. Still have, what do I want to say? This is slightly smaller than a baseball size cake of the main color. So the 600 yards is plenty. And all the other colors are hiding in the bag that they came in, along with that extra skein that I never did figure out what I was supposed to do with this purple. So meh. I don't know, but I had leftovers. They're all in there. Everything's in there. I had plenty. I mean, plenty of yarn from all the colors. So if you're looking for a kit, Marinated Yarns is a very nice one. I don't know if they're still available at My Sister Knits, but you can find them. I believe it's at mysisternits.com. And Marinated Yarns, let me put her website up as well. Focus, there we go, is at marinatedyarns.com. So yay! FO for me. Makes me happy. Do a little happy dance. Yeah, that's everything. Monogamous knitter that I was being. What? Now I have to look back. It's like, gosh, what was my word? Do I even still have the thing that I was using all the way back in January? What did I decide on? I don't even remember. No. Don't remember what my word for the year was. It wasn't commitment. Focus. That was it. I was staying focused. So it's working. I'm finishing things now to get back to the things that I have let slide. We are coming into fall. It is almost time for preschool to start for the twins, so I need to get going and finish Tara's Playful Stripes cardigan. That just needs the sewing up and button bands. Like, I need to sew up the sleeves and knit button bands, and the thing will be done. Knit button bands and sew on buttons, but you know, the thing will be done. And I need to finish my Beck sweater that is still languishing, and as someone very rightly pointed out, my redemption sweater, my county cardigan, take 2. I haven't touched that in over a year. I need to get back to that. But there you have it. That's everything. So let me see. I didn't even look to see. There we go. Sorry, the camera's right in the way of where I'm needing to click. What's up on the any questions thread? I'm going to move you guys off to the side just a little. So I just kind of answered Karina. Sorry, I don't have my contacts in either. Mucklepoo 1986, MUCKLPU 1986. She asked, when you show your whips, I kind of missed the county redemption sweater. Are you going to finish it? It's sitting in a bag in there. I do have an intention to finish it someday. Question is when that will be, I do not know. I need to pull it out, figure out where I was when Tara was a year and a half old and pulled the needle out of it. I know I'm somewhere within like the neck decreases and getting ready to cut some steeks. I know I'm getting to that point, but I need to figure out where I actually was in the pattern so I can actually, work on it. And I need to have some brain space, which I have not had lately. So thank you for the question, and there's your answer. It's been sitting in my craft room. And I'm not sure I have the brain space. ACP, Anne, I swear I will get back to your question. You were question 108 on the thread. I just don't have the brain space for it right now without doing a little research. So, I think I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to have a short show this week. So I will see you all hopefully next week. I'm going to go try a new knitting group tonight. Yay for getting out of the house, kid-free, and having adult interaction outside of work. Yay! And so yeah, until next week, happy knitting.